How are you doing, guys? 2022 started with one of the most expected auction sessions at the Heritage, that is US era coinage, which ended on January 3rd. We chose some featured coins among most expensive 100, so let's get started. Here is 1972's 25 cent. This Washington quarter had been double struck on 1 cent planchet. Crazy errors that made an extraordinary shape, deformed the fields and engravings around the ring. Nevertheless, most lettering in Washington head is crisp and lustrous. On the reverse, the tip of the left wing of eagle disappears from the edge. High points are almost in uncirculated condition. So this incredible gem was sold for $9,600 on January 3rd, 2022 at Heritage Auctions. Next comes 1973 double-struck clad Eisenhower dollar, grade at mint state of 68, proof cameo. So the first strike was normal, but the colored eye did not deploy for the second strike. During the second strike, the coin expanded outward a few millimeters, with a significant outward spread between the strikes evident on the peripheral legends. United States of America displays distortion from a metal flow towards the rim. First, the legends and devices contrast with darkly mirrored fields. This piece went under a hammer for $3,720 on January 3rd, 2022. Here is 1973's Kennedy half dollar, double strike, graded at mint state of proof 67, ultra cameo by NGC. The first strike was approximately 5% off center toward 730. The second strike was in approximately 10% off center, again toward 730. The date and mint mark from the second strike are bold. The 3 in the date from the first strike is present. Kennedy's chin from the first strike overlaps his cheek from the second strike. From the first strike, portions of Liberty and half dollar remain. From the second strike, America has a stretched appearance towards the rim. It was sold for $6,300 on the same auction session. What an incredible error. 1977's 5 cent overstruck on 1977's dime. Comes with a double denomination. Graded at mint state of 68, cameo. Double denomination coins are usually Lincoln cents struck on dimes, but here is a nickel struck on a dime and in a proof format. The dime was rotated almost exactly 180 degrees relative to nickel dies, with the dime reversed facing the nickel reverse die. On the reverse, the dime date and mint mark is clear, as is Liberty and In God We Trust. Roosevelt is inverted relative to Monticello. The copper core of the dime squeezed out slightly during a strike and overlaps the obverse margin between 7 and 12 o'clock. Struck aligned with the collar at 4:30, with the most of In God We Trust from the strike as nickel off the flank. It was sold for $7,800 on January 3rd. Next comes 1918D 5 cent Buffalo nickel, graded at mint state of 66 by NGC. This coin was struck noticeably off center towards 730. The date and mint mark are complete and bold, but top of the bison head is off the flank and United ST are tight. Liberty is partial, since striking pressure was insufficient to bring up the top of the legend as the planchet expanded outward near 730. The wheat gold and ice blue surfaces are uncommonly devoid of contact. The reverse exhibits a few flecks of russet toning. A regular MS66 1918D nickel is worth mid-4 figures. But among the few certified in the In that lofty grade, only the present coin is struck off center. This piece went under hammer for $3,120 on January 3rd at Heritage Auctions. And the last one, 1864 2-cent piece with die cap obverse, a large model, weighted at mean state of 65 by NGC. The first strike was normal except the obverse struck to the obverse die, the reverse of the present coins, and acted in the place of the obverse die, striking an unknown number of planchets, faded one at a time. The strikes against the planchets cause the coin to expand and evenly wrap around the top of the obverse die. The reverse has a low relief and stretched appearance from the strikes against the planchets. This error category is dramatic regardless of series, but it is exceptionally rare on the gem mint state example of an obsolete denomination. This brown gem went under hammer for crazy amount, $45,600 on January 3rd, 2022. That's all for now. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Hit the like button if you did. See you guys.